Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Arden, and if you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and click that notification bell just to keep yourself notified. Welcome back, my name is Arden. Today I'm here with a new tag that is called Wattpad Readers tag. I decided to make this tag because I don't know if any Wattpad tags actually exist. If they do, I would really appreciate it if you left a comment and told me all about it so that I could join the fun. But today I decided to create the tag just to start something fun and start a Wattpad discussion and get all the Wattpadders involved. And yeah, it's just a bit of harmless fun. So how Wattpad Reader tag works is you have reading related questions that you have to answer honestly, obviously. Question number 1. First book you ever finished reading on Wattpad. Mine is Summer Doesn't Last Forever. Millie is one of my... I just consider her as one of my friends because she is so wonderful, and her books and her writing is so vivid and so... I cannot praise it enough. It's so good. Her books just make me feel so good about myself and just make me feel like the world is such a nice place, and I just love her books so much. For this to be my first book, I'm really fortunate because it gave me such high hopes for the future of Wattpad, and if I had read any other book, I would really just stop reading on Wattpad, and so that was a really great start. Question number 2. A book you read before it was cool. For me, it's Bad Boys Game by Beautiful Tragedies, also known as Brie. She is one of my first Wattpad friends. I remember us when we just started writing on Wattpad, and I read her book, and Bad Boys Game was, at the time, I remember one of the most badass books that I have read. Like, the plot twists were amazing, the characters were great, and it was really enjoyable. And I remember us just encouraging each other to keep on writing and to keep on going. That book, to read Bad Boys Game and to know that it is so appreciated today is... I just love it when a book is appreciated for its content and for, and the writer is appreciated for their work. I love that so much, and I'm so happy for her. Question number 3. A book you couldn't put down. This one was really popular. I was, as you can see, really into teen fiction on Wattpad, but this book, even now, like whenever somebody asks me, oh, what book should I read next? I always tell them to read this one. It's called The Cell Phone Swap by Do Not Microwave. This book later got published. It's published under the name Textrovert, and I have that book. So if you see it on my Instagram or on my channel, it probably won't be uncommon. But I can't praise this book enough. I love it so much. I reread it whenever I get the chance, or whenever I'm craving summer reads. That's like my go-to book. And The Cell Phone Swap was actually one of the most popular books back in 2015, back when I just started writing, and it had so many million reads, and I just remember, oh my gosh, like, this is where I want to be in the future. I want to be as good as Lindsay. Her writing, her storytelling, her plot twists, her characters, the cheesiness, the funny, witty remarks. I love every single bit of it. I love the quality of her work. Now, a lot of people, we have different tastes, but this book, there's a reason why it has so many millions of reads and why it's so appreciated, because it's actually genuinely good. Like, it's really good, okay? The next question is instant buy if it got published. For me, this is one of the old stories that I read just in my beginning Wattpad days, and it's called Battle of the Captains by Seakissed. Now, I remember this story also being very popular because at the time I was reading all the popular stories, and Battle of the Captains had millions of reads, and I just checked how many reads it has today. It has 20 million reads, which is so much. And if the author had continued, I believe this story would be published. It was last updated in May, I think. But Battle of the Captains, it's just one of those rival stories that I can't get enough of. And I remember a lot of people just trying to copy this author and this story and posting same stories with the same title. And I think it was like their continuation of the story, which I don't know if it's alright with the author, but Battle of the Captains, I think is one of the stories that I would really like to reread to see if I enjoy it just as much, but I definitely think that I would buy it 100% if it ever got published. Genre you didn't think you'd enjoy. This is kind of shocking, but for me it's teen fiction. And the reason why it's shocking is because I started writing teen fiction on Wattpad. And when I joined Wattpad, I was all about, I think, romance and YA and dystopian and not vampire, not werewolf. I hate those. Don't kill me. But I think it was just like, you know, good girl, bad boy. I was just into that, but also fallen angels. That was like my go-to. And I didn't actually think I'd enjoy teen fiction because I just thought it was so cheesy, and I was 15 at the time, by the way. But yeah, I got into a phase that I was craving teen fiction. Once I started reading it, I couldn't stop. And then I wrote 4 stories in teen fiction genre, I think. No, 2. I don't really like teen fiction, romance and humor. They're kind of like similar to me. Teen fiction, I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I definitely did. Genres that stole your heart. That has to be romance. I wrote a story called Entangled that is in the romance genre. I genuinely think that if I hadn't written this book, I wouldn't actually be so into romance that I am today. I'm kind of like craving it. What's with the claw hand? I don't know. But romance is definitely one of the genres that I will keep on reading even when I'm 50 years old. I think it's one of the genres that never dies and will never be able to die, and is also really appreciated for what it is. Moving on. Genres you'll never touch, which means genres you'll never read in the future. Now, I don't think I will ever touch fanfiction or read fanfiction, and this is coming from an author who got into writing through fanfiction on fanfiction.net. Those were my really early years. I was writing The Mortal Instruments and Divergent fanfiction. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever touch fanfiction. Yeah, it's just not for me. Popular tropes you love in Wattpad stories. So let's get right into it. The first one is enemies to lovers. I love this trope. There's something about it. I love the rivalry. I love the wit, the sarcasm, the insults. I just love the sexual tension that arises between 2 characters, and it just makes the story so much more enjoyable to read, in my opinion. Then the next one I have, like, honestly, bad boys. Those are like my secret weakness. They're not really secret. Like, honestly, everybody knows that I love bad boys. Bad boys are like my favorite thing in the entire world. I think they're so precious. Yeah, I don't know why they're precious, because they're really like mean and all that, and they don't deserve to be precious, but they are. Like, I love them so much. I don't know why. I think I have a lot of issues. Next one that I really, really love. Strong female characters that defy reality. Like, you know, like Selena Sardothian badass, like, everything can go wrong and everything can go bad, but they'll still be strong. They won't care. Nothing will stop them from achieving their goals. Like, they will always be strong, will never break down. They will be badass to the end. Like, I love strong female characters. I love everything about them. I love that they inspire me to be strong and to stop whining and stop complaining and just enjoy life. The next trope that I love is dystopian worlds. I'm sorry, I really love them. I got into reading because of dystopian worlds, and I will still keep going and keep reading them, because even though they might be overdone, I think world building is really hard. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, and it should be appreciated, and if it's done right, it can be so original and so mind-blowing. And the last one that I really love is being the chosen one. The special characters that they never thought they'd be special, but they really are, or like something happens and they like grow into it and grow into this role of being someone that the world needs or the world wants, and I really like that. I really like it when, especially if the character is like kind of really basic in the beginning, but the development is so great and enjoyable. That's what keeps bringing me back to these books. The chosen one will always be the one I'll choose. Stories you think deserve more recognition. I'm only gonna name one because I'm biased and she would kill me if I didn't, and I also think it really deserves the recognition. It's called Slip Up by my sister Anchi, and I think she just really deserves it, and that story is so like it's really good. So you have to read it. Like, yeah. Stories you think would do well on the big screen. I'm not sure if it's the kind of story that other people would like to see on the big screen, but it's one of the stories that I think I would really, really love to see on, you know, to be a movie or a TV show. And that is My Brother's Best Friend by Knight's Rachel. I think that story, it deals with anorexia and also self-harm, and I think it's so great. That story, it's so real, and it touched my heart many times, and I had the pleasure of meeting Rachel and telling her that in person in 2017. As someone who struggled with like food and everything else, like I really appreciate having a story that kind of talks about the struggles and implementing that with, you know, the general like love, interest and all that with everything else. It just works so well, and I think it's so well written, and I would just really love to see it on the big screen. The last question is Wattpad books you own and have on your bookshelf. Arrowheart by Rebecca Sky. Next one I have is Life's a Witch. I bought this at WatCon 2017, as I did with the majority of my books on this list. It is also signed to me and my sister. Then we have Chasing Fred. It is also signed. My Baby Neighbor by Desiree Clarke. Sorry, I just had to put it in because this is also a Wattpad book technically. It started on Wattpad. It was a Watty 2015 winner and an Amazon double bestseller, and it has 21 million reads right now. Then we have Player's Game by Desiree Clarke. Now, I don't talk about this book as much. I don't know why. I love this book. Funny story, Player's Game was actually the first book I have ever finished on Wattpad. Finished writing, that is. I finished it in 1 month. Then we have My Life with the Walter Boys, which I actually read before it was published and then also after it was published. And now this book is also signed because we got it at WatCon. Follow Me Back. Also signed because we got it at WatCon. Next we have The Heartbreakers and Paper Hearts, and they are by the same author that wrote My Life with the Walter Boys, and these are also both signed. They are the last two books that I have by Wattpad authors. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment if you think there's any stories that I will enjoy. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, click that notification bell to keep yourself notified, and, you know, do all these things. If you like this tag, please do it yourself. Spread the message and share this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!